I almost don't believe it. I have waited over 50 years to see you again, but to you it's been mere seconds, hasn't it? Remember the tower I told you I was going to? I've returned there. It seemed the most sensible place. Come quickly, we have much to discuss. And keep your eyes open. I sent a mutual friend to meet you.
So we're back in dystopian 2010. Everything's a mess, but hey, there are some supplies around here. And a working Bunsen burner. Senior Technician Dmitriev, something is wrong with my Bunsen burner. It doesn't work even with the valve turned all the way up. Could you take a look at it? Ivan. Fucking Ivan. The augmenter is what I mentioned near the end of the last video. It's your upgrade currency thingamashit. That was a pretty obvious one to choose. Yeah, hero perks are just basically upgrades to yourself, as far as I can understand. And yeah, I just kind of held off on working with that for now. Or picking that up now. That is. Let's see, blueprints. Yeah, that's upgrades to the armory, basically. That's where you need to go. That pipe is Fulbright for some reason, because, I mean, why test everything visually to make sure it doesn't look retarded in the final release? I'll just boost my health, why not? It's always a good thing to invest in. And now let's watch a film.
This is the first recorded test of a human being moving into a rift. I am going to record my observations as I move through. I expect I will exit at Rift 6, which seems connected to this one, and has appeared near the docks. I am walking in now. A slight tingling feeling, even through the suit. I am not perceiving anything visual out of the ordinary. And as you see, no noticeable... Turn it off!
So yeah, I called it. I called it. I don't remember if it was in this session and was lost, or if it was in the last session, but I called it. Yuri Lowenthal. I'm pretty sure the scientist that died was voiced by Yuri Lowenthal. So my theory of Steve Blum, Nolan North, and Yuri Lowenthal being in the same project together, happening often, has been proven to be useful. And here we have a bit of the timeline. So in the bad one, Demishev lives. I shot Demishev and he fell out of window. So logically we're on one of the good timelines where he is dead. Logically. I'll see if it pops up in this video or not, but logic may or may not actually win out here. And here's a bit more pandering to the morons who don't understand anything. While lighting doesn't really affect the gun the way... yeah, the view model the way it should be. I mean, wouldn't you automatically think to do that anyway? You don't need something to pop up and tell you, "Oi, you should look at this and use your time powers on it." Might be too stupid to figure that out on your own. Who am I kidding? It's a fucking modern game. We tested it, the anti-gravity module again, and again it failed. This time the test subject broke through the reinforced floor. Ivan barely escaped being crushed, which is unfortunate. I do not like him. Senior Technician Dmitriev. Dmitriev, you are an asshole. And here's the weapon upgrade system. I'm pretty sure I went for the magazine upgrades for both the Volk And the Valkyrie. Of course, they call it Clip because they're fucking morons, but yeah, upgrade these two guns. The other two that I have in my storage inventory so far don't seem useful at all. Like the sniper rifle is very situational and nothing so far has been long range. And the Centurion pistol, I just don't see any point in using that over any of the alternatives. So yeah, mag upgrade for both of those guns, which is quite handy. Oh, and here I figure out that they clearly did not intend for the player to play at a higher than default field of view. Because there's a bit of goof in the aim down the sight strafe animation for the shotgun. The hand just kind of pointlessly, moves around like that. Doesn't happen on the assault rifle. Curiously. Here I just used the paint to see if it affected anything here. But no, it just kind of gives the guidance line to this object that you need to move with the gravity attachment. Oh yeah, that's right, I don't have it yet. Thankfully this Fallout style textured room is right here handy to give me that power. I say Fallout style because it has both the rust aesthetic and the really shitty texture quality. So now we have an attachment that kind of mirrors the telekinesis power from BioShock more than it does the gravity gun. It's mirrors the functionality down to making things semi-transparent. And well, it's honestly been more useful because it's a toggle with the pickup drop button is a toggle as opposed to having to hold it down like what telekinesis requires. And you throw using the fire button instead of having to let go of the toggle button. Also, oh no, a jump scare. The event fell down. Oh, I am scared. Well, back off. So that, I get the feeling that Iron Lung is going to end up being as useful as putting all your points into swimming. So I'll just open up this shittily textured door. Seriously, it's terrible. And I'll be given a tutorial on what I have already done. Fucking hell. This game gets really fucking annoying with its tutorials, seriously. Like, I had to do this to get through that room right next to where I got the upgrade in the first place. Why do you think you need to give me a tutorial on how to use it here? I had to use it to get through the room. There was no way to get through the room without using the power as you are telling me to use now. There's no point in this bullshit. This pandering bullshit. Designed to treat people like they have an IQ of fucking 12. And the memory of a goldfish. And now we have the Seek and Destroy artifact. And another puzzle that's considerably more clever than the last one. And it thankfully doesn't come bundled with some bullshit tutorial to tell you how to do it. Ah, look at that. Nice and simple. Easy to understand. But still, it only works because you get an automatic ultra-low duck. In this game, when you walk up to something like that, in a crouched state. Let's grab myself some more E99 tech. Get ready for some pretty nice upgrades later on. And some more tutorials on how to use the powers in combat. Interestingly, some of the sounds here, I kind of noticed it when I originally recorded this, but I didn't really make a mention of it. Some of the sounds here for these aliens, their mutants, sound quite similar, actually, to the Nazi zombies in the zombie mode of the Call of Duty games. Wondering if those are simply stock sound effects, or if that's something that Activision decided to lend between the teams or something. Yeah, this was released in 2010.
Eventually, Captain, you will have to find an elevator that will take you to the upper floor of the administration building. All other ways are blocked.
Yes, this was made and released in 2010. Black Ops 2 would have come out in 2010, or Black Ops 1, rather, would have come out in 2010. Which means that Infinity Ward would have been dead in the water by that time, so it's possible that... I mean, this is the last game the Raven Software ever made before being forced into doing half the work for Call of Duty series. So it's entirely possible that they lent some resources like that for this game because they knew they were just going to shaft Raven with having to do half the work building modern bullshit 3 and probably Ghosts as well and whatnot. Entirely possible. Meanwhile, these dudes are spawning in and I'm shooting them, and it's all very standard affair. Throwing some barrels around every once in a while. Gets a little self-destructive at times, but, well, I suppose it was kind of necessary. It was either throw it and hurt myself in the process, or just kind of drop it and get hit by one of these guys' jumping attacks. Of course, annoyingly, there's... like, if you don't have enough TMD power to do a certain attack, it'll force you into a reload animation that I don't believe you can cancel out of. It's loads of fun, because then you just kind of get stuck there and are doomed to get hurt.
I don't like the new milk they're serving in the cafeteria. It's orange and it glows. I feel old when I drink it, and cookies crumble into dust when I dunk them.
It's not milk, you fucking moron. Jesus Christ. And we have a little bit of pseudo-platforming and shooting dudes. And a tutorial telling me how to do something I was given a tutorial on in the last level when fighting dudes right after getting the device. Fuck's sake. Redundant tutorials for simple basic shit.
You must take the elevator to the upper floor.
Right. Get to the, alright, let me down the ladder. Unknowingly, you have to hold back no matter what direction you look at to go down the ladder. You have to hold forward, no matter what direction you're looking in, to go up. As per usual, fuck the objective, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. Because there's shit to be found if you look. Some upgrade points, a medkit or two. Probably still some ammo I haven't picked up. Yeah, such things as that. this is a situation that's actually, I'm pretty sure has popped up after this point as well. They just give you such a glut of supplies at one point, and I don't need it all. Don't need it all at all. And then I'm cut off from it when I may possibly actually need it. Like after a large battle in which a lot of ammunition is used. Or a fight with some giant jump scare monster that I'm wasting ammo on because he's scripted to be invulnerable, although he is given the hostile crosshair color. Fantastic game design as always. As always. And any sense of that being intense is lost in it immediately, because as soon as you see him and he loses your sight, you will get to safety, pretty much. I didn't notice just how bad these doors were.
This is the audio journal of Dr. Vasily Korkin. He visited me again late last night. Subject Alpha from the teleportation experiment. That's the fourth time in the last 2 weeks. He materialized out of nowhere. He seems to be more corporeal with every appearance. I must admit, he frightens me. A little. There is such malice in his eyes.
I mean, they don't seem to be affected by lighting at all. Holy shit, this is really reminding me of Rage. Don't run through these things, basically. And I immediately do so, because I initially think that you need to, I don't know, like try to navigate your way around them, and I mess up. Basically, all you have to do is shoot the bigger glowing one. I find it out eventually. Yeah, a lot of this game really is reminding me of Rage. Between some of the audio cues in the music, the shitty textures.
By now, you should see the courtyard you'll need to pass through.
The not entirely properly handled lighting. Even the movement style, albeit this is a lot slower.
Colonel Ivanov, please understand that I hold Dr. Korkin in the highest regards, but as of late, his behavior has become erratic. He mumbles to himself, he is extremely irritable, and he is nervous to the point of being paranoid. I believe he's suffering a nervous breakdown. Could you meet with Dr. Korkin? Perhaps you could convince him to take some time off or seek professional help. Thank you. Dr. Anya Glushkov.
I guess I took longer to read it last time. Yeah, I'm just getting a real Rage vibe out of a lot of this. Funny. I mean, from the reviews I've seen, a lot of people compare it to BioShock unfavorably, from what I've seen, and yet I'm seeing a lot more similarities between this and Rage. Granted, Rage also did come a year or so after this one. Thanks for that, by the way. A helicopter! Oh no! Epic chase scene! I'm being shot! And never mind. Nothing actually comes of this. We'll just kind of walk through these broken down offices and read some notes. We still have not found the American, but he must still be on the island. My men will keep looking. Perhaps Dr. Borisov knows more than he says he does. Worst Steve Blum impression ever, I know.
Renko. Who is this man? Where did he come from? The future? He's an American. The technology in his suit is far too advanced. He was last seen near the village.
Thank you for making all these notes in American English, by the way. I mean, it would make more sense for them to be in Cyrillic, but also you can write these paintings, some of them at least. Doesn't seem to do anything. I thought it might have revealed a secret or something like that, because that's what happens in a lot of other games. Also, that fucking bottle just phased through a solid window. Nice attention to detail. Fantastic. I still maintain that Wolfenstein 2009 had much better QA, much better, well, QA, making sure that everything was done right, than this did. It's quite apparent. February, I wish Dr. Demishev would let me go home. I'm not feeling very well today, ain't that the truth? Where's my bucket? Where's my goddamn bucket? Secretary, help me. Also, there's a note on that wall. I don't remember if I ever noticed it, but I've noticed it now, and I have not done anything about it. Another one of these annoying things. A few more of them pop up, if I remember right. You have to just, well, pop up like that. There's your bucket. I walked past it. Scripted event! Oh no, I better shoot him in the blue glowy bit. Then he will just run away like a coward. And I will have 3 arms because I don't know how to make things work for high field of view. So there's a bit more exploring around here. A bit more looking at random shit, finding some stuff. I have drawn up new plans for the vault to be secured to the TMD. Building it will be a large undertaking and difficult to keep secret. Who can I trust enough to help build it? Dr. Berasov. Renko, Element 99. Fool. Endgame Demishev. Endgame Catherine? Saturn Real. I get the feeling that this was the storyboard for the game's story. Ha! Incredibly shitty textures on that bookcase there. Or shelving unit, or whatever. So there's actually a fair bit of stuff in this area that you would miss if you went out this way, which is the way you need to go. You'd miss it immediately, so the explore everything skills picked up by the old days of playing Doom and shit like that. They've once again helped me in a game, even when that game has been designed for the Call of Duty generation. So using that bandage earlier was made kind of useless because there was a stim pack there. Oh well. To all personnel, we are missing some back issues of Propaganda Illustrated. If you remove materials from the records room, return them when you are done. Do not leave them in the restroom. Propaganda Officer Yukov. MR12 is wrong. Ah. Propaganda Officer Yukov. I understand that Dr. Berasov is spending much time down here. What has he been researching? Keep an eye on him and report any suspicious behavior. Dr. Demishev. More Centurion ammo again, in case anybody actually uses that shit. And another film.
My teleportation experiments have progressed as planned. The first step was accomplished, and I have determined how to alter an item so that it is out of phase without time. Unfortunately, locating the item once it was shifted became a major problem, but I created the chronolite to address that difficulty. In this test, an object is shifted into an alternate dimension, rendering it invisible. Now, with the aid of the chronolite, the object can be seen. can also pull phased items back into our time. The chronolite is a huge step forward. Once it has been miniaturized, it will be an incredible benefit to my teleportation research. Praise the deeds of great Lenin and Stalin.
Yes, praise the deeds indeed. Right. Interesting how that had a different backdrop. Kind of a strange backdrop to use in, you know, some little view screen that you look through, but whatever. Minor thing. Only the middle of these three sinks is interactive for some reason. There's a stim pack. Oh yeah, I was going to look for the results of the... or something mentioned in one of the notes back there. Propaganda Illustrated. Actually a really nice thing that I went back in here, because I got that little extra bit of tech. As you just saw. A little behind in the commentary. I get to try to do this properly because, I've just discovered that Dr. Dimitrov has secretly continued with human experimentation, even though it has been suspended. I must tell Dr. Barasov. He will not be pleased. Also because I just had a headache, so I just stopped fucking, recording this voiceover. How will E99 affect human longevity? Exposing 6 test subjects to additional entropic radiation. Result? Estimated devastated cellular structure and death. Absorbing natural entropic radiation. Result? Simply remains entropic radiation. Removing entropic radiation will revert subject to a mindless, deformed creature. At this juncture, all biological testing should be halted. There must be a way to expose a person to entropic radiation that would not result in an abusive recurse. Perhaps a stream of potatoes, I don't know, I can't read half this fucking writing, would activate this. Perhaps a... No, I can't read this cursive. Terrible. Another audio log. First, nothing.
Doctors, I realize you are all very busy with your various projects. Dr. Korkin, is there a problem?
No, Colonel Ivanov. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Very well. I know your timetables have been challenging. I also know your tasks are nearly impossible. But you are accomplishing what no other scientist on Earth have done. You are harnessing the power of E99. Continue your work, and know that you are helping Mother Russia in ways you could not possibly imagine.